What you want to do is give yourself a chance to get off the ground starting to build good credit history. What you don't want to do is start off with declines for empty inquiries. This not only hurts your score, but can potentially make you look credit thirsty to other credit lenders.
As a beginner, here are 3 things to consider when getting a card. 1, it must not have an annual fee. 2, it must have some sort of cashback earning. And 3, some sort of sign-up bonus. The most important thing you do, pay on time and in full. So one day you can get cards like these.
Absolutely.
3, the Chase Freedom family. $200 sign-up bonus for both. This gives 5% cashback bonus on rotating quarterly categories. This gives 1
Oh no. You do not start off building or rebuilding your credit anywhere near the Chase Freedom family. The entry-level credit score for this credit card is 680 points. And in most cases, you need a little bit of a buffer, like upwards of 690, 700, because one of your bureaus is going to be lagging. And although we have an idea of what bureaus the Chase Freedom family cards pull from, it's not always guaranteed because it's based on your state and location as well. A better option for a third entry-level credit card would be something like the Citi Custom Cash or Citi Double Cash card. The entry-level credit scores for those cards are about 40 to 50 points lower than these that he has on the screen right now. What you want to do is give yourself a chance to get off the ground starting to build good credit history. What you don't want to do is start off with declines for empty inquiries. This not only hurts your score, but can potentially make you look credit thirsty to other credit lenders. So I would stay away from this one until you're a little bit more advanced. And I want you to keep in mind something about especially the Freedom Unlimited card. That, along with the American Express Gold card, are probably 2 of the most versatile credit cards that you're ever going to get your hands on, even at an 800 credit score. So let's hold off on the Chase family for right now.
5% cashback everywhere. 2, the Discoverette. This gives a 5% cashback category that rotates every quarter, and it doubles your cashback in the first year, so effectively 10%. 1, Capital One Quicksilver. $200 sign-up bonus, 1.5% cashback everywhere, and no foreign transaction fee. I love it as 1 because it's probably one of the easier ones to get approved for in this entire list.
So I love the last 2 choices that he had. Matter of fact, these are the 2 that I recommend to all of my clients who are building or rebuilding their credit. The reason is that their credit score thresholds are so low that even if you have some blemishes on your credit file, you still have a pretty high approval chance if you haven't screwed up with them in the past. Now, both of these cards will give you a pretty good chance with learning how to operate credit cards with rewards and benefits. But one more thing that I want to make you aware of about both of these cards is that they both have several versions of these credit cards. Capital One has several versions of the Quicksilver card, and Discover has many versions of the Discover It card. Some of those cards come with annual fees. So you want to make sure that before you get into the application process that you selected the proper card. If you want to learn more about both of these cards, feel free to check out the link in the first comment.
I recommend that everybody have at least 2 credit cards. The first credit card is one that has a very low limit, let's say $2,000. And that's the number you use on all the online services. If they get hacked, nobody can spend more than $2,000. That's how you protect yourself. The other card is the one you use when you actually buy things that are not online, and perhaps those purchases can be much more expensive.
First of all, this is buffoonery at its finest. This is clearly coming from a guy who's not reliant on credit cards or maximizing the benefits from having those credit cards. This is probably a guy who has an American Express Platinum card and uses that for every damn purchase that he ever makes, not worried about accumulating points or benefits. The reality of getting credit cards is, yes, you need several credit cards when you're trying to build a thick credit profile. So I agree with him there. But when you're selecting a credit card, you're not selecting a credit card based upon how much it can protect you. You're selecting a credit card that fits your lifestyle. If you do a lot of grocery shopping, a lot of eating out, fast food, restaurants and stuff like that, you're going to want to have a credit card on file like the Chase Freedom Unlimited card or the American Express Gold card. If you do a lot of traveling, you're definitely going to want to look more at cards like the American Express Platinum card or the Chase Sapphire Reserve card or even the Capital One Venture X card. If you don't like rewards point systems at all, then you need to look more at straight up cash back cards like the Capital One Quicksilver card, which gives you 1.5% cash back on everything. I want you to keep in mind that most of these credit card issuers have good fraud protection in place. So being worried about somebody taking your credit card information shouldn't be that big of a deal when selecting a credit card. The whole point of using credit cards in 2024 is to make sure that you're maximizing the perks while spending the same amount of money you were going to spend from a debit card in the first place. Now, before you go biting my head off in the comments talking about, Jay, I've had my identity stolen and it's hell to pay when they run up on your credit cards and blah, 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 blah. I'm not talking about identity theft. I'm talking about credit card fraud. Those are 2 totally different things. When somebody opens up a credit card in your name and begins running up charges out of the blue, that's a whole different process as far as trying to claim that money back and get your name cleared. When you have a credit card that you built a history with and something goes awry with that credit card that you've built a history with, it's not difficult at all to call the credit card company and say, hey, my card was stolen or my information was compromised. The purchases that you see from this date to this date do not belong to me. I need you to issue me a new credit card and refund the charges that were run up fraudulently. I've done it on multiple occasions with Chase, Capital One, and American Express. It is not a big deal. So before you go all gas, no brakes, pump them hoes real quick.
Hey Dave, do you think I should open up a credit card?
Sounds like a dumb question.
We all know Dave's opinion on credit cards, but what about his daughter, Rachel Cruz?
I mean, like the big money principles, I totally agree with. Because I can't argue it. Number one, it works. Like we've seen that with millions of Americans. Like it works. And even the credit card thing, I'm like, I have zero desire to have one because I genuinely don't need one. Like my husband and I, we have our checking account, our debit card, cash. Like we just spend what we have and we don't worry about trying to pay the credit card off. And now, are there people in the world that pay their credit card off every single month? Sure.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
But the average American family owes $15,000 on their credit card, so not everyone's paying it off. And you get in trouble when you have that credit card. So listen, it's one of those things. If you play with snakes, you're gonna get bit. And it's like I have no need for it.
Look, this is one of those situations where, once again, we're taking information from people who are worth hundreds of millions of dollars and trying to apply it to the everyday American's lifestyle, who makes an average of $45,000 to $55,000 a year. Of course, you just have a meager little checking account with your debit card and your checkbook, and all you do is just write checks or pull cash out of the ATM, and you can live your life with no issues. Because you buy houses cash, you buy cars cash. You take vacations cash. But you know what? I bet she does have a credit card because you can't rent a hotel without one. I bet she does have a credit card because you can't rent a car without one. So somebody ain't telling the truth here. What Dave Ramsey and the Ramsey clan refuse to tell everybody in the world is that they simply can't back up off what they started 30 years ago. They can't back off of the fact that, yes, today in 2024, you have to have a credit card to operate. And it's not just that. Having a credit card is 30% of your overall credit score. Out of the 550 points that you can manipulate of the 850 total points of your FICO credit score, 30% of that goes away if you don't have a credit card open. You literally have no chance at having a good credit score without having an open credit card. It's that simple. So yes, when it comes down to getting you out of debt and basic money principles, Dave Ramsey is the absolute king. I got no issue with him whatsoever. Agree with almost everything he says, as a matter of fact. But when it comes to advancing your life and moving on to that next financial level, this dude ain't got nothing for y'all. So at what point are we going to call a spade and just realize that rich people don't have all the money answers? They got rich people money answers. So what about you? How you going to make this work for you?
You know, credit cards and how you get free points for just like using them?
Yeah, buddy.
Who's paying for all those rewards? We gotta go back to 2007. It's the Great Recession and major US banks like Wells Fargo, Chase, and Bank of America are struggling.
Hey, we're gonna go broke. We ain't making enough money from mortgages no more.
So they shift their business to credit cards. To get people stoked to use their cards, they start to offer epic rewards. And people ate it up because as they spent more, they got more free points towards that free trip to Italy. But there ain't no free lunch. Who's paying for that Italy trip? See, when you buy something with your card, the store is charged an interchange fee. Then the bank collects the interchange fee from the store, and this is what they use to pay out your rewards. Now, retailers hate this because why should they pay these fees just to get you a free trip to Italy? So stores increase their prices, which means people who pay cash and debit and don't claim rewards, they're paying for yours. You know, credit cards? How do you get free points for just like...
Oh man, I've never seen such a great breakdown of exactly how credit card rewards get paid. Now, there's a couple of steps beyond this, right? There's also the people who are paying interest on credit card balances that they've overcharged and they can't pay it all the way back. So the banks are making tons of money there as well. It's unfortunate to say this, but there are so many people out here that can't afford the lifestyles that they live that they begin to live off credit cards. And what ultimately happens when you do that? Well, you're going to pay a lot of interest. And when you pay a lot of interest, it leaves money for people like me who pay absolutely zero interest to reap the rewards and benefits from that as well. It pays for all of the money for guys like me who get the free trips and are able to lay on beds on planes for free. So there's a couple of ways that you can look at the credit card game. You can not play it at all, or you can be one of the people like me who gets all the rewards and benefits from knowing exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it, why you're doing it, and how to reap all the rewards from doing it. I love this video. This is probably one of the favorite shorts that I've ever seen in my life. That was fucking amazing. Listen, guys, if you like this video and you want to see more content just like it, make sure that you like, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so that you get alerts every time I drop a new video. Now, a lot of people who watch my content, just like most people in America, are facing credit challenges and don't really know what to do and don't know where to turn, because you don't want to spend a whole bunch of money trying to fix your credit, but you want a viable option to make sure that you do the best job possible. A few months back, I dropped a brand new platform that will allow you to challenge anything on your credit that's inaccurate, unfairly reported, being reported untimely, or is unverifiable by the credit bureaus. And it will allow you to do it for a fraction of the cost of professional credit repair. I want you to go to beastdiy.com right now and check out your options. If it seems like it might be a good fit, give it a shot. Other than that, I want to thank you guys so much for your support, because I know you can get your credit knowledge anywhere on the internet, but you're here with me. Be blessed.